The regular season is back at the Basketball Champions League. It's game day 8, and Telekom Baskets Bonn welcome Iberostar Tenerife to Germany. It's the first series of games where we get the return from the first half of the regular season. When these two teams faced each other in Tenerife, it was a comprehensive victory for Tenerife. Here's the schedule for game day 8 in Group B. Pau and Venezia, Freiburg and Holon, and Opava and Nanterre all play tomorrow. So the only game in Group B sees Tenerife take the trip to Germany as we get back to the regular season action of the Basketball Champions League. Good atmosphere building. Here are the Group B standings, with Tenerife with a 6-1 record. But Bonn moving on to 3-4 with really solid performances at home, winning 4 of their last 6 games here at home. We'll put them right back in the mix with an opportunity to make the top 4. A home win here would be a huge step towards achieving that goal. Here is the Tenerife roster. Consistency and a lot of solid performances across this roster for coach Zeus Vidialeta. 6 of those players got into double digits in the win in Tenerife on game day 1. And the first ever champions of the Basketball Champions League are making another serious challenge towards recapturing their title. There's the roster for Telekom Baskets Bonn, and a huge loss for them on tonight's game. Charles Jackson not in the lineup, the #1 ranked player from field goal percentage in the Basketball Champions League, has to sit this one out. But now we're going to get into individual player introductions. Here's the home huddle, but I'm sure we're going to have a look at the visiting huddle first, as they will be announced to this crowd. So the officials being introduced to the crowd. We're going to look at the referees in a moment, but now it's the individual player introductions. We will start with the visitors from Tenerife. Well, they lost at the weekend in the ACB, but it was a narrow 4-point loss against Football Club Barcelona, as they still sit in the top 8 as they try and qualify for the Copa del Rey in Spain. Solid roster. Obviously a number of highlights across the roster. Bayran has appeared in the Spanish national team in the World Cup qualifiers. Thaddeus McFadden now has his Georgian nationality. He also spent time in the World Cup qualifiers with Georgia. But Tenerife, one of the strongest teams, one of the biggest names in the Basketball Champions League, and already are making a very, very impressive set of performances in the regular season. Bonn will be introduced to the home crowd. They also suffered a setback at the weekend, losing at home in the Bundesliga. They took a little bit of a heartbreaking loss, really. It was a big 20-point loss to Uwe Baskets. But That's not going to help the cause. They still sit in 8th position in the Bundesliga on a 5-5 record. So it's a solid start for the Bonn club. And now it'll be their players introduced to a good crowd here in the Telekom Dome. And they look like they're ready to make a real serious challenge on making the playoffs. Currently sit 3 and 4, one win down from the qualification spots in this Group B. Well, Bojan Subotic top scored and had the highest rating when they lost in Tenerife, 18 points. Had some injury issues in the first half of the season, but now looks like he is back. Well, Josh Mayo, his role at the guard spot is going to be absolutely fundamental for this lineup this evening. The equation in the opening game between these two teams is pretty straightforward. If you let a team shoot 65% from the floor, 75% from 2, and 40%, 50%, sorry, from the three-point line, you are going to struggle to win, and that's exactly what Tenerife, they're the numbers they put up in the home win. And Bonn struggled offensively, only 35% from the floor. So however much you talk about this or ability to run offense, where were they going to look to actually get advantage? But at the end of the day, this Tenerife lineup just shot the ball phenomenally well. Here are the three officials. Mr. Anastopoulos from Greece, Mr. Schalik from Poland, and that was a little bit quick for the official from Poland. Let's see, make sure we give him the appropriate name check. And the last official is Signori Attad from Italy. As we always say, their teamwork is crucial if we're going to get the level of performance that we expect out of these officials. Here's the starting lineup with McFadden at the point in a two-man guard set with San Miguel. And that combination with San Miguel's consistency and McFadden's just electric point-scoring ability gives Vidiareta so many options. And with his solid front line, this team have a very potent offense. One of the most respected play callers in Spain. Again, putting together another great program here in Tenerife. Starting lineup for Bonn. As we say, Josh Mayo is really going to have to do a good job controlling tempo. Martin Bruni's going to have to control the glass, but it's about defense. And this team is going to have to make a statement at the defensive end of the floor if Predrag Klunic's lineup is going to get the home win. And that's the result they need if they're going to seriously mount a challenge towards the playoff. This will start the second half of the regular season off in exactly the way they need to. Bonn have to make a statement at the defensive end. If this becomes an offensive shootout, there's only one team that's going to walk away from the Telekom Dome with the winner. That's Tenerife. This team have points across the roster. How much defense can Bonn play? That will decide the outcome of this fixture. It's a beautiful facility. It's a program that's on the up, and they run into the postseason in the Basketball Champions League would say a lot about where this program is going. Big night for them to get the second half of the regular season underway with the win. Javi Bayran won't start, or will start on this roster, but whenever he enters the game, he really does ignite this team in so many different ways. Regular on the Spanish national team in the World Cup. La Liga San Miguel has been a fixture with this club for so many years now. His combination in the back court with Thaddeus McFadden has really given this team a lot of stability. Colton Iverson, 2 meters 13, he's now 29. He's a very, very solid big man. So Bonn in the white uniform, Tenerife in the black uniform. Welcome to you wherever you're joining us from. It's so important that they get high percentages, so important that everyone gets a touch. Little full fake and kick, extra pass. Well, they end up with it. Really good movement of the basketball. The last pass just really let it down, but good signs for Bonn in the way they shared the basketball. San Miguel into the half court. Iverson will look to hand off. McFadden takes the ball screen, looks to turn the corner. Bayram looks inside, no option. Iverson gets an early touch. One-on-one in the block, inside out. Bayram with a quick release on the three is good. And with 1 second on the shot clock, Tenerife just share it beautifully. DeLeo gets to the hoop on the pass to Bruning. All about this end of the floor. Bonn have to literally make a statement. Every single possession, their defensive effort has to be relentless. San Miguel looking to turn the corner, goes inside. Iverson with a spin to the left hand is good for two. Mayo tries to turn the corner. Iverson with the hard show. Well, they missed Bruni on the inside, wide open. Pass first option should have been really where Bartolo was looking. 5 seconds on the possession. Here's Iverson going to the left hand, soft finish. Bruning gets it on a release, inside, outside, has it taken away. San Miguel looks, no pass. McFadden. And Tenerife just moved the ball. Great little pick and roll, inside out, wide open. Abramidis for three is good with a friendly ring. And Tenerife are perfect from the field. Bonn will get it on the reversal to Mayo. Looks to turn the corner. Bruning again gets missed on the inside. Now gets a touch in the block. Settles for the jumper, way short. And Rodrigo San Miguel moves it on. Extra pass to the corner. Abramidis turns down the look, moves it on. Nice find. Abramidis thinks about it, puts it on the floor with the left hand, gets to the middle, goes back to the baseline. Can't get it to drop. Mayo in transition has a chance to run. And they pick it up. I thought they were fouled. Mayo was fouled on the penetration, no call. Leo puts it on the floor. Nice move to the baseline, skips it up to Bruning. It's blocked! Abramidis came and helped. And just unceremoniously just protected the ring. Iverson wants too much help. McFadden on the ball reversal. Backs it out. Looks to attack it off the dribble. That's a step back, step through, no option. Baylan attacks it with the left hand. Second move off the glass. Tough finish. Never panics. Always looks for that high percentage option. Gets all the way to the ring for two. And Tenerife have the solid 10-2 start. DeLeo penetrates, drops it down to Bruning, going to the hoop, and one. Well, he's been open on the roll three or four times. This time they found him. And Iverson picks up the personal, and Bruning will go to the line for the extra. Good use of the body. Really used his body so well. Here's the replay of the little scoop from Javi Baylan. And Thaddeus McFadden, which I didn't see while it was live, looks in a little bit of discomfort around the halfway line. Looks a little like a rolled ankle, but Maybe we'll get to see it on a replay. Free throw line is good for Bruning. San Miguel takes the long two, just knocks it down. Quick response going the other, but Tolu can't get it to drop. Bruning's on the glass, great effort. Tremendous effort on the glass. Turned over, but he then shares it. San Miguel goes to the left hand, blows the layup, and Bonn have a chance the other way. 4 on 2, wide open from the perimeter. 3 gone is off, and Tenerife dodged the bullet. Iverson works the baseline, can't get it to drop. And again, in transition, Bruning leads the break. Spins to the middle, gets contact, and one. Tough move to the ring. And Martin Bruning, solid move, spins. There's the foul. Poor defense by Abromaitis. Gets his hands involved, thinks he's going to get away with it being on the floor, but not the case at all. Bruning gets the extra, and Bonn close it to a 4-point game. San Miguel. 3 wide open in the corner is dropped with a soft roll off the ring, and Tenerife's percentages are far too good. If it carries on like this, it will be a bit deja vu. Exactly like the first tie between the two teams. Off the glass for 2 is good for DeLeo. Ball's out of bounds.
Substitution Spieler wechselt Iberostar Tenerife auf den Game Nummer 0 Now the game number 10
They look to have to go long, out of bounds. And yet another 2, and there's Bonn have to find a way to slow this scoring down. And another tough one. Bruning again showing the worth of someone who just outworks his opponent, goes to the inside strong, goes against the 2, uses his body so well, will go to the free throw line for yet another 3-point play. And Bruning is having a phenomenal start to the game, already into double digits, 10 points personal on 4 from 6 from the floor. And make that 11 with another 3 throw. I still think that if it stays like this, free scoring, high scoring, that Tenerife will just outscore Bonn. Bayram is held as he tried to come off the, well, pretty much a shuffle cut screen.
Telekom baskets number 13. Yoma Bonasbanto, first personal. Substitution. Tenerife.
Niang steps in for Tenerife.
Niang in the game.
Gesteiger looks to turn the corner, hands it off. Baylan tries to turn the corner, going the other way. Goes inside, underneath the ring. Oh, what a block! Bruning is everywhere. Absolutely everywhere in this first quarter. Gets replayed, outworks, and is fouled. Martin Bruning single-handedly carries Bonn in this first quarter. Gets the block, outworks the end, going the other way. Really great decision to get in the ball. There's the block. And Bonn are off to the races, and at the other end, after blocking it on one baseline, Bruning gets to the block, gets the ball, finds himself on the free throw line. Chance to make it a 2-point game. The 26-year-old, undersized, you've got to say, 2'3" center, just doing a super job. Bruning's going to get a much deserved blow as he steps out. 13 points, 5 from 5 from the line, 4 from 6 from the field. That is how to carry your team. That is how to inspire. But in saying all that, they still trail 2. And Bathas gets it into the half court. Gesteiger is fouled as he tries to turn the corner.
Telekom baskets number 11. TJ Leo, first personal foul.
Steiger to the corner. Lucas Steiger wants to put the ball up. Nice high post there. Sands reverses. Bassas for the 3 is good. This team will always share the basketball. They are a joy. Absolute joy to watch play the game. Bathas picks up where he left off in Tenerife against this team. Pass to the baseline, inside out. 3 is gone from the corner, is good. And this is the difference now. Bonn are a much more resilient group. They're hanging in here with a very, very good performance from Tenerife in the first quarter. Bonn hanging around. Bathas tries to turn the corner. Turnover. Numbers down the floor. 4-on-3 break for Bonn. Just make the good decision. To the hoop is good. We got a new ball game at 20. 2:42 to go in the first. And this is a much improved Telekom Bonn. Bayram will just about recover it. We have a jump ball. Ball should belong to Tenerife, I believe.
Substitution Telekom baskets ausgespielt. 6 wird gemerkt. Und TJ Leo. Und es checkt ein Jordan Leischel. Und Stefan Bircheli.
Tough one on the inside, doesn't get the drop. That's a rebound. That's a great job on the glass. And this Bonn team now have responded so well to Tenerife's start. They now lead it 23-20 as Leischel makes the 3. Timeout Tenerife, and we have a ball game.
No me jodas. No, un balón picado desde aquí. They score every time. Since I moved the defense, they score every offense. And 2 turnovers in a row. don't need to finish with the tank.
Und ihr habt gesehen, dass mit Unterstützung und Kampfgeist hier auch was möglich ist. Also es liegt auch an euch. Unterstützen aber wissen, das Team noch 2 Minuten in der ersten Viertel. Auf geht's!
Bathas splits the defense. Nice drop to Sayers for the flush, and he just throws it down off the beautiful little. Well, it just dropped it into his stride. He threw it down hard. Wow, they just left Besic wide open, long with the three.
Foul, Telekom Baskets, number 6. First foul. Viertes Team-Foul.
Bathas will take the ball screen. Nice lift, wide open look. They don't take it, looks inside. Yang holds on. And between him and Steiger, they just combine to turn it over. High scoring first quarter. This here in Bonn. Svich puts it on the floor. Looks to work his way to the middle. Takes the dive block. That's great defense. Size just would not give up his space. Bathas in transition. Has a look at his options. Backs it out. Last minute of a thoroughly enjoyable first quarter. Bathas turns the corner. Niang will dive. Steiger thinks about it. Puts it on the floor. Will take the ball screen. He's going to have to fire it up. Is short. Niang's on the glass. That's a great effort to hunt it down. Bathas throws up a prayer, is not answered. Niang's on the glass, comes up with the offensive rebound. New 14 for Tenerife. So baseline, stops, pops, and makes it right at the bottom of the shot clock. And Sebastian Sayers just, again, shows you his ever-increasing range of skills. And Bonn can't get it to drop at the end of the first quarter. And that's been up and down. And Tenerife have the 24-23 lead on the road here in Bonn. Well, that's the worrying number. The field goal percentages for Tenerife again, 46 and 80 for 24 points. If this is a 90-80 game, Tenerife win. Bonn have to find a way to get stops, have to find a way to control tempo. Otherwise, I just think Tenerife will win a high-scoring game. Bathas will bring it the other way. Steiger feet set, and normally means he's going to make the three, and he does. If you allow him to get set, it's pretty much money in the bank. Steiger goes to three, and Tenerife open out a 4-point advantage. Bonn doing a much better job at keeping it moving. Bushvish with a three is no good. Defensive rebound. Brusino has a chance to run. But Bassas on the floor will get the early ball screen. Skip sides and puts it on the floor against the closeout. Goes back to Steiger. Well, straight from Niang's hand. Sides picks it up with a mid-range jump shot. Niang keeps it alive. How active was that on the glass? Brusino with a three, deep in the corner. Only had to follow his shot, would have probably got that. Nicolas Brusino. Well, they're lining up for threes. And Subotic gets the three. And it's a little shootout developing here in Bonn. Size lines up the three, is short this time. Niang again with the offensive rebound and the throwdown. He is active. He is so active on the glass. Tenerife have so many ways that they can hurt you, so many ways that they can compete. Mail tries to turn the corner, nowhere to go. Switch puts it on the floor, is fouled as he looked to find Subotic.
Iberostar number 10, first personal. Substitution Iberostar number 11, Sebastian, number 10, Bassas. Playing against San Miguel, number 2,
Mayo in traffic. Nice find, kicks the open man on the closeout. Penetration to two is no good. Another three, and they are a little three-point happy at the moment. San Miguel, nowhere to go, has to move it back, turns it over. Whistle on the play. San Miguel will pick up the personal. Josh Mayo is the man fouled. Mayo can't get the first to drop. Gets the second. Two for three, brings Bonn within one. Wide open. Ramirez just drains it. And Ramirez with his feet set again. If you allow these guys to get their feet set, Mayo to the hoop, gets the two, and San Miguel's lucky to get away with a little lean in the back. Oh, great rotation defensively. Subotic comes up with a steal. Bonn have a chance to tie or lead. Mayo with a three, and they lead. Just drops the three from deep. And after winning 4 of their last 6 home games, Bonn believe they belong at the Basketball Champions League table. They lead Tenerife by the point. The 2-3 zones giving them an answer here. Nice pass to the inside and no weak side rotation. Iverson with a throwdown down the middle. And the back of the zone just did not rotate. Mayo will take the high screen and attacks. That's a ridiculous turn of pace. The three is no good. Abromaitis comes down with a defensive rebound and San Miguel says, hey, let's just get back to some half-court basketball here. Shotty coming off the screen, looks underneath, has to make the ball move. Defensive rotations are just a step up already for Bonn. Iverson in the lane with a manufactured little floater is good. My goodness, range of skills from Iverson. 6 points personal. Mayo comes off the down screen action, looks at his options, gets in the lane, drops it. Subotic with a little floater is no good. And Tenerife into the half court again. Great rhythm to the game. Abromaitis looks underneath, get a whistle on the play. So Bonn will take the timeout. They want to talk it over. Right in the game. Right in the game, Bonn here at home. Lost by 20 points on the trip to Tenerife. This is a different defensive performance. Bonn really stepping up at the defensive end in the second quarter.
Good defense, watch out shooters now, watch out shooters, open, hallo. TJ, you open two sides, Josh. Ladies on this side.
Now we are defending again. We limit the chances to score. Okay, we have to follow with our job in defense.
Ricciotti backs it out, takes the ball screen from Iverson. Bayram lifts, puts it on the floor, going to the baseline. Kicks, wide open, Rabadis from the corner, three is no good. And Bonn again come up with DeLeo, 2-on-1 break. Wood delayed it and they step out of bounds. Indecision. Enemy of everybody. He had no options really. DeLeo's absolutely desperate to try and make something happen in transition. Wasn't there, turns it over. And Tenerife dodge another transition bullet. Ricciotti, a lot of dribble, nowhere to go. 5 on the possession. Iverson's got to put it up, goes up with a right hand hook, doesn't get the roll. And Bruning's back and he gets another positive stat straight away. DeLeo would advance it. Bartolo outside, looks at his options, finds Josh Mayo. They'll go sideline ball screen. Bruning gets it on the roll. Extra pass, Mayo wide open for three. Doesn't get it to drop. Got a whistle on the play. And San Miguel used his arms and did not box out legally. Bartolo picks up the positive stat for drawing a foul with 3:28 to go in the half. Bonn will have it on the end line. Can't get it to drop. Great effort again on the glass. Mayo drops the three. 2 on the possession, knocks it down. We're tied at 36. We have a new ball game with 3 to go in the half. 8 points personal for Josh Mayo. And they get the stop, chance to lead it for Bonn. Belio. Bruning gives him the high screen. Reposition, will dive this time. No too much traffic. The three is good. Back-to-back threes. James Webbs just knocks down the second of those threes. And Bonn have it by 3. Athas looks high. Finally finds Iverson, who hands it off. Ricciotti. Iverson underneath is fouled, and he will be disappointed it's not M1. Iverson cannot get the first to drop. End line possession. Abramatis puts it on the floor, tries to get to the far side of the ring, can't get there. Ricciotti. Abramatis lifts. Well, it opened up for him, he's blocked, and then just has it taken away. And Bruning again has a major part of the action. Bruning takes a blow to the face. 4 on 5 at the moment for Bonn. Bruning joins. And that'll be an offensive foul. Bathas with 1:40 to go in the first half, and Tenerife have been really slowed up here. Defense from Bonn in the second quarter has been much improved. It's the scramble, the intensity, the quickness and the rotation. Comes up with another steal. Mayo looks to turn the corner, kicks it. Extra pass to the corner was wide open. They go inside, little push shot for 2 is good for Subotic. And Bonn have their biggest lead of the game. They lead at 41-36, just over a minute to go. Bathas goes down low. Baylan has it. Bayran to the middle, goes with a hook and 1. As we said right at the top of the game, Bayran hurts you in so many ways. The 2-meter small forward, as Subotic has that little push shot. Bayran down the other end has a chance to cut this to a 2-point margin, which he cannot do. But Tenerife will get another look at it. Bathas Goes down low to Baylan. Likes the matchup. Goes to the inside, goes back to the right hand with a hook for two. And that's a gimme. Tremendous consistency on that type of shot. Baylan goes to 9 personal, 3 from 3 from the floor. Webb will hand it off. De Leo looks to turn the corner, doesn't get there. Defensive effort, got to put it up. Just about beat the clock. And Tenerife come down with it, and there's a 4 or so second differential between the game and possession. Bayran again, they love this small forward post up, nice find. They move it on. Bathas with 7 on the possession, turns the corner, has to back out. Should go against Subotic on the dribble, drops it, turns it over. But with 1 second on the possession, Tenerife will have it on the end line. And they'll take the timeout with 1 second on the possession. When they get the ball back, Bonn will have, well, if they get the ball back, Bonn will have 4 seconds to get a shot.
Jugamos 5 flash. 5 flash. Luca aquí. Javi aquí. No, Javi. ¿Sí? Sí. Ferran. El bloqueo. ¿Vale? Sebas. No, Tim, perdón. Tim, ahí. Luca es el que sale y buscamos aquí.
Y 1 second. Can they get something away? Banran looks at his options, has to go to the baseline. Bathas has it stripped. Mayo goes down the floor, gets the 2 for Bonn. And they end the half on a real high. They lead it 43-40. And nothing sums up the improvement in this team than the end of that first half. They get a defensive stop that leads to offense and leads to points, and they lead it by 3 at the half. Statistically, they're shooting 56% from 2, 38 from 3, 10 assists. You gotta love that if you share the basketball. Both teams taking great care of the ball as well. And we are set nicely here. Bruning had a huge 13-point first quarter to really keep Bonn in the game, and they are built from that. So they end the half with a 3-point advantage over Tenerife, 43-40. Bruning and Mayo already in double digits. As you'd expect, Tenerife sharing their points across the roster. But this one looks like this is going to be a classic Basketball Champions League second half. Tenerife on the road looking to maintain their top spot. Bonn looking to break into the top 4. Lot to play for. Get a drink. Catch your breath, because you're going to need it as this second half unfolds. We'll see you in around 12 minutes for the second half. We'll leave you with some highlights of a fascinating first one. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Well, welcome back to Telekom Dome here in Bonn. And the first ever champions of the Basketball Champions League have a battle on their hand here. Bonn have the 43-40 advantage at the half, and you've got to say their defense in the second quarter was just a different level. They really did pick it up. The zone was effective, and they found a way to control tempo, and most importantly, they found a way to score from their defense. They got some easy looks, literally by just playing very solid defense. The other factor is they got contributions deep off the bench. The trademark of Tenerife has been their contributions across the roster. 6 players got double digits in the win in the Canary Islands for Tenerife. And it's now Bonn who have found a way to at least match that in that first half. Here we go then, second half. A really important night for Bonn. If they get the win here and go to 4-4, they really do give themselves a real confidence boost as the Basketball Champions League goes into the second half of the regular season. San Miguel into the half court. Belen has it. They look at Iverson, who wants a touch, doesn't get it. They take him off the block. Good defense against by Bruning. You've got to love the physicality down low. Steiger gets a start in the second half. And Bayram relieves the pressure. Steiger comes off the down screen, gets the ball screen. And Abramadis is fouled on the closeout. We haven't seen McFadden since he went down in that first half. That could be a factor as this game develops. San Miguel turns the corner, nice lip. Abramadis puts it on the floor. Baylan attacks it, goes inside. Iverson with the easy 2. And nothing sums up Tenerife's approach to this game than that play. 2 players had really good looks, but Iverson had a better look, so they shared it. They get the easy 2. Mayo comes off the ball screen, and De Leo turned down the 3, but attacks it down the middle. Little floater, can't get it to drop. They couldn't find San Miguel early, so into the half court. Lucas Steiger back here in Germany. Nice pass. Oh! Colton Iverson down the runway for the flush. Goes to 10 personal, 5 from 7 from the floor. Exactly the performance you expect from him week in, week out. Little passive at the moment for Bonn. Mayo stops, pops the 3, and just drops it. Off balance, off one leg. No matter. Mayo drops the 3. 15 points personal. We talked about how important his role would be in terms of just getting the right decisions out of his team. He's added points scoring tonight. Iverson, they take him off the block though. Takes the tough one off one leg, doesn't get the roll. Rebound by Webb, chance to run here. Botola pushes and is fouled by San Miguel. I didn't think I'd be saying this during this game. You're going to find a lot about Tenerife. Tough loss at the weekend to Barcelona in the ACB. Probably came here to Bonn expecting to get the win. Now they're challenged. Interesting to see how they come out of this one. Webb with a 3. Quick release is off. We've got a whistle on the play. foul is on Heavy Bayland. Missed the box out, decided to push. Webb will move it on. De Leo turns down the ball screen, fires up the foul line, jump shot, in and out, and doesn't get the roll. Ball belongs to Tenerife. Iverson will hand off. Steiger, quick release, but never got set. The German crowd will love to give Lucas Steiger a little bit of welcome home, should we say. Webb gets the entry. Bruning goes to work, goes to the right hand off the glass, is no good. Iverson plays good defense, great effort. Otola on the glass is fouled by Iverson. Great work rate on the glass. Colton Iverson looks a little disinterested, should we say, with the call. Wants the travel. On the Bruning move, though, not on the recovery. Bruning relieves the pressure, finds Mayo, quick catch and shoot for two. And Josh Mayo's feeling it right now. That's a worrying sign for Tenerife. Caught and shot the ball like it was a drill on that play. I'm not sure what Iverson has to do on that play. I don't think, and nor does he, because I don't really see how he moved that far, if at all. Maybe we'll get to see on this play. No, we're going to see Nemeo release and dropping the two with the sweet release on it. Just about beat the 8 count. Mayo releases, Bruning gets it on the handoff. De Leo gets to the foul line, kicks. Bateau puts it on the floor, tough fall away, fall down jump shot is no good. Bayland attacks the closeout. Iverson on the inside, gets his own for two. Takes the contact, stays with the play. And Tenerife again share the ball as well as any team in Basketball Champions League. Webb outside the three-point line will move it on. Mayo. De Leo attacks it. That's going to be a blocking foul against San Miguel. Bathas will replace San Miguel. Niang will come in for Iverson. Tenerife in the penalty. Bonn yet to foul in this third quarter. Dale makes the first. Well, he's an 85% free throw shooter across the first half of the regular season in the Basketball Champions League, so you'd expect him to do what he just did and knock him down. A little pick and pop. Abramatis for three is no good. Niang can't get it, but Tolo can, and he'll hand it off to De Leo. Well, great change of pace. Doesn't get the roll, but just exploded after the pass. San Miguel has 4 fouls, and the injury to Thaddeus McFadden could become a factor in the guard spot for Tenerife. Two from the line. That's 4 from 4 in no time for De Leo. real belief in this crowd right now. Bathas, Mayo just harrying, just putting him under pressure. Bayran always looks to be released. Goes to the middle, here goes the left-hand hook. Gets the roll. Habib Bayran with the big player move for the small forward. Bayran goes to 11. Becomes the latest player from Tenerife to get to double digits. Mayo having a game here. Fills the double team. Wide open. Bartolo for three. Got it. Mayo didn't panic. Bartolo just stood in the corner, licking his lips, waiting for the pass. And when it came, knocked it down. 7-point lead for Bonn. Bayran again going back to this little post up. And they get the foul on the play, and Bartolo has to acknowledge it. He's struggled with Bayran in the post a lot. So as soon as Bayran helps, Batas has to leave and try and pick up the shooter. The rotation was late. Batas has it out of bounds. Steiger takes the ball screen. Bayran again in this, he loves it down low. Goes back to the left hand, second move. Great defense though. And the 24 violation. Mayo moves it on. Three on the shot. This has got to go up. Mayo with the tough prayer is not answered. Niang comes down with it. Bayran looks. Niang will reverse it. Sayers outside. Will find Steiger, who takes the ball screen, looks underneath. Niang gets it on the dive. Inside, outside, Bathas, skip pass. Thiers gets it away, drops it for three. Again, they use every second of the shot clock. Webb just answers and just drains the three. Webb also really having a marvelous game. He goes to 11 personal. Bayran inside, outside. Steiger extra pass. Bassas turns it down. Is fouled as he passed it off. Leischel with the personal foul. Stupocic checks back in. Martin Bruning will sit. 7-point game. 2:39 to go in the third quarter. Niang will hand it back to Ferran Bathas. Tries to turn the corner. Slices through the defense. Sayers thinks about the three. Uzin goes up, gets the two, and attack the closeout. Nicolas Brusino gets the two. Great rotation, tremendous hands by Bathas. He wanted the double touch. There you go, attack the closeout in the space beyond the defense. Simple as you like. Pull up, knock down the easy two. Great block by Niang, just protects the ring. Leischel had to peel himself off the floor. The check in wide, there was a 14-second reset. Luis Filioletta. Just for the first time tonight, looking a little concerned. Subotic. Mayo comes off the screen. Subotic dives. Nice find. Inside, outside. Webb for three is off. Michel comes down with the offensive rebound. Extra pass. They move it over. The three is gone. It's good. Open it out to an 8-point lead. Hanlon knocks down the three. Nice pass. Knee on the inside. Off balance. Can't get it to drop. Dangerous time here for Tenerife. Could be a double-digit lead here. Down the middle. Hanlon for two is good. Well, he knocked down the three. Then he sticks it on the floor and gets to the hoop for two. And Bonn. This could be a statement game for them. Athas. Machotti thought about the three, now attacks it with the right hand, gets inside. Open in the corner for three is no good. Niang, that's a rebound. Rusino handles, tries to turn the corner, goes upstairs to Niang. Ricciotti is off for three. Another offensive rebound. Stiers inside out. Bassas drops the three. That's work rate. Intensity and relentless effort on the glass for Tenerife. Blocking foul on the sideline. Nicolas Ricciotti picks up the personal. There's the replay of Hanlon down the middle. Pretty looking finish. Interesting camera angle. Well, Mayo can't get the first one to drop. $18 points personal for Mayo. Niang is the release. Bathas takes the ball screen. Niang rolls. Well, he just about get it off. Casino finds Bathas wide open for three. Can't get it to drop. Subotic comes down with it. There's precious little differential between game and shot, but Subotic doesn't mind. And you've got to question the decision. Tenerife will hold for the last shot. How important will that be? Bathas, nice find. Ricciotti wide open for three. Count it. That's how important the Subotic decision was. That's how important it could turn out to be. 5-point game. Here are the statistics. 48 and 42% for Bonn against 53 and 50. Tenerife, 0 from the free throw line. Haven't been there. Well, the difference at the moment between these two teams, just 8 turnovers. Very un-Tenerife-like, but the 8 turnovers, pretty much the only statistical difference apart from the foul situation. Tenerife, quite amazingly, not for 1 second suggesting it's anything 0 for 3. They've only had 3 trips to the free throw line in the whole game. Against the 14 trips, 12 from 14 for Bonn. Bonn have taken advantage of those turnovers. with 11 points off those 8 turnovers. That's been a real decisive factor. Only 3 points off turnovers for Tenerife. So it's, again, we talked about it needing to be their defensive effort that sparked this performance for Bonn, and it obviously is. Technical foul called on the Tenerife bench at the end of the third quarter. Which Gibbs and Mayo took the opportunity to increase the lead. So Bonn with the possession after the free throw. Chance to start with a 4-point play. If they can get the 3 to drop, they can't. And Bathurst has it. Achotti with the 3 is good. And all of a sudden, it looked like it could be a double-digit lead, and Subotic took the early 3 when they really did and should have kept the ball for the last shot. And without even worrying about it too much, it's now a 3-point game. Well, Vucevic was had the mismatch underneath. So all Ricciotti could do was foul him. Vucevic has it outside, moves it on. Turnover, chance to run here for Tenerife. Ricciotti doesn't like his options, so into the half court. Bathurst on Niang on a repositioned screen. Again, Sayers wide open in the corner, buries the 3. We're tied at 65. They've gone 3 from the three-point line ever since the Subotic early 3. You cannot give this Tenerife lineup a second look. Vucevic for 3 is off. There's bodies everywhere. This is getting physical. Mathas peels himself off the floor. Ricciotti, little hesitation in the lane. Doesn't get it to drop. Niang does a great job on the offensive glass, keeps it alive. A new full team for Tenerife. Bathurst steps back for 3. Got it! 4 in a row for Tenerife. They trailed by 9. They lead it by 3. That's what a champion of the Basketball Champions League is capable of. Bonn take the timeout. They led it by 8 with the basketball at the end of the third quarter. Subotic took the early 3. And apart from the technical free throw that they took at the beginning of the fourth, Tenerife have just gone 12-1 in terms of scoring run. Trailed 8. They now lead it by 3.
Good foul now. Good back in the paint to avoid this delay. Comunicación y, chicos, si Subotic está aquí en un cambio, Subotic here.
Big 8 minutes now for Telekom Basketball. It's a 9-1 start to the fourth quarter. If you add the 3 at the end of the third, it's a 12-1 run for Iberostar Tenerife. That's a champion response from the 2017 Basketball Champions League. Champions. Hanlon turns the corner. Vucevic lifts, got to travel. The switching defense for Tenerife. Bathurst got to the lane. And you talk about key moments in games, and we wondered how important that decision by Subotic was going to be. Well, it may not be the ultimate in terms of the final outcome, but it has changed this game in one play. Bassas turns down the 3, goes in the lane, goes upstairs, and Niang is fouled. I'd love to see what Handler was looking at when he made the foul. Nice play by Bathas. End line possession for Tenerife. Colton Iverson checks back in. Oh, and one. Nicolas Brusino out of bounds, takes the contact, gets the two, will go to the free throw line. Well, they're going to get another 3 points if he makes this. This time a 2+1. This will make it a 15-1 run, and he does. And Bonn have just imploded. Now they've just got to get it into the half court. Be the aggressor as they have been for the majority of the game. Mayo has to come back surely, and so does Bruni. DeLeo, inside, outside. Hanlon is out of bounds, and if it can go wrong, it is going wrong for Bonn. Whistle away from the ball, and Subotic has his palms up, but Thias goes to work, third move, draws contact, will get to the free throw line. Good effort. Has also made an impact with the Spanish national team in the World Cup as they qualify for China. Two for two from the line. It's an 18-1 run in about 3 and a bit minutes. DeLeo looks to turn the corner. We'll get the ball screen. Subotic rolls. Inside, outside. Handler with a catch and release is short. Defensive rebound. Brusino comes down with it. He's having a nice little period here. Goes to the left hand for two. Make that 19-1 and counting. May have to take another timeout. Well, I would say should have already taken another timeout. This game could get away. DeLeo gets to the elbow. Has to kick it off. Hanlon again for three is off. And they are relentless here, Tenerife. They'll push. They get into the half court. Iverson inside, outside. Brusino for three, and they dodge a bullet. Can they get points in transition here? It becomes a half-court game and a foul as Brusino reaches. And Bayram will return. Mayo, not before time. And Bonn take the timeout. I think it's at least two or three possessions late. 19-1 run in pretty much, well, under 5 minutes. I wouldn't say the wheels are off the wagon, but they are stuck in some mud of some sort at the moment.
But you play him. Hello. Just DJ. Good screen here. Dilcha. Hello, Josh. This side. Hello, yo here. Good decision. Hello. If it's under this screen.
Sebas, no, Colton estábamos haciendo, ¿no?
All the scorers in the game for Bonn have not been on the floor at the same time in this first part of the fourth quarter.
Paciencia y duro hacia adentro. Venga, vamos, vamos.
Bruning, Mayo, and James Webb all sitting at the same time, and they have lost their way. Mayo is back now. So as good as the situation was for Tenerife, they now bring back Harry Baylan. Iverson will switch out. Mayo needs a pass. Bersovic lines up. The three is fouled. Baez fouls the three-point shooter. That one thing that everybody hates. So, and again, it's another one of those decision points. You know, bad decision. Foul the three-point shooter. Bersovic is a just check for you. But in fact, he has not. Making his Champions League debut tonight. But is career-wise an excellent free throw shooter. Makes the first. Makes the second, and this would make it a 7-point game if he could drop this third of the three free throws, which he does. Well, that's stopped the bleeding anyway for Bonn. Machino finds Baylan in the corner, lobs to Iverson, should be and isn't he? Oh, he blows it. It's a battle on the glass. Thias is after it. Bersovic is on the floor. Tremendous effort. That's how you look after it. Lotolo on the break, steps in, needs a pass, finds Mayo. Little hesitation, gets in the key weight, needs a pass. Bersovic on the three-point line. Little order returns, needs a pass now. Finds Mayo, 5 on the possession, it's gonna have to go. Mayo steps back, tough three, drops it! Mayo goes to 21 personal. Well, we said key moments, key points in games. Decisions are everything. Well, I think it's a flop. Here's the battle. And this is what Mayo did down the other end. And because, again, decision points. You've worked your way back into the game just by playing really solidly. You flop at the defensive end, you get a technical foul away. Tenerife get the extra point, lead by 6, have possession of the ball. And Subotic has been involved in those 2 poor decisions. Bruning now back in the game. Bassas off the down screen. Will take the Iverson ball screen. Drops it inside. Iverson inside, outside. Bayram with a 3 is short. Iverson, that is an offensive rebound. Tremendous effort. Bathas is fouled on the penetration. Bonn in the penalty, so Ferran Bathas will go to the free throw line. Webb is checking back in. Bersovic sits. Well, Bathas goes over. And the physical effort. Tolo, Mayo in rhythm is long. Ball goes out of bounds and will belong to Iberostar Tenerife. 4 to go with a 6-point advantage for Tenerife. And Bathas will advance it into the half court. Side. Rusino comes off the down screen. We got Bathas the other way. Baylan, 5 on the possession. Little hesitation. Bayran kicks. Rusino for 3 is off. Defensive rebound is hauled in by Bartolo. Now he needs a pass. Got away with a drag or a little walk there. Webb. Defense stepped up, both teams. Mayo down the lane, kicks it. Bartolo attacks the closeout, goes strong in the lane. Great stand by Iverson. Could have easily got involved in trying to block that. Heads up play by the big man. Body on the line for your team. Baylam will break to the corner. Likes this matchup. Goes against Bartolo again. Right hand hook. Doesn't get a drop. That's a great blocks out by Bruning. De Leo going all the way this one. Little hesitation, comes back. Webb thinks about the 3, travels. Just went the same way. And unless you're very, very specific with your footwork, you're going to go that way and pick the pivot foot up. And even if you haven't, the referee always thinks you have. Bathas with Mayo getting after it. 2:30 to go in what's been a great regular season matchup here. Iverson is traveled. Big possession. Josh Mayo has it. 2:20, 20 to go in the ball game. De Leo on the down screen will take the Bruning ball screen. Attacks it, right hand, little scoop. Couldn't get it to go. Will go to the free throw line. Don't forget, Bonn sit 3 and 4 in this group, behind a 6 and 1 Tenerife. Huge difference between 4 and 4 and 3 and 5 going forward in the second half of the regular season for Bonn. It'll be their 5th home win if they can turn this around. 2 for 2 for De Leo. Bathas. Guarded by Mayo. Crowd in it now. Thuram Bathas. And they're going to call Colton Iverson for the offensive foul here.
Foul Iberostar Tenerife, number 4, Colton Iverson, 4 personal. Offensive foul. Substitute.
Again, it's one of those moments where if you execute the play, you don't need to get into the physicality part, apart from just being strong. Key moments in tonight's game, just down to situations like that. Smart decisions at smart times. Tolo goes inside, Bruning. Feels the double team, Mayo wide open. Can't get that to drop. Great work by Bartolo. And we have a 2-point game with 1:40 to go. Iverson sits with 4 fouls. And suddenly, it's all very hard for Tenerife to score. They dry up at the wrong time. Thias in the lane, takes the short 2. Oh, great work by Abramitis for 2. Bonn had it within their grasp and gave it up. Bruning inside out, 3-point ball game. De Leo turns the corner in the lane, kicks wide open, is way off. And Bathas will take as much time as he can here. Bonn need to stop. Single possession game at the moment. Sayers with a ball screen. They wrap it. Baylan goes inside. Thayet spins. Is fouled. Fouls on the floor. He will shoot 2. Well, Bruning had that tremendous first quarter, has been pointless in his minutes since then. Fires on the free throw line, makes the first, makes it a 2-possession game. That's crucial. Well, they don't take, I don't know if they have the timeout after those problems they had at the end of the third, beginning of the fourth. They have to go quick though. De Leo had to go to Mayo, pulls up, takes the tough 3 and drops it. Oh, my word, Bathas is all over him and he knocks it down. 1-point game, but they can run this out. They're gonna have to get after it. Tenerife will just run this down. And now they foul. De Leo fouls with 14.5 seconds to go. Here's the Mayo 3. What a game. The score is 77 to 80. I thought it was 78. I think they counted as 2. And Bathas makes a crucial second free throw. It's going to say I thought it was 78. They only need a 3 to tie it. De Leo gets all caught up and they foul him, which in the end is a smart foul. So De Leo will step to the free throw line. Chance to make it a 1-point game. Tenerife do have timeout if they want to take, but why would they let Bonn organize? Would they want to advance the basketball? If it was me, I would take it. Advance the basketball. Don't give the opponent the chance to steal in the backcourt. Chance to make it a 1-point game. Take you right back to the end of the third. Timeout for Tenerife. And with 6 seconds left in the game, Tenerife lead it by 1. You got to think if they get it in, that will probably be it. Although the quick foul could still give Telekom the chance to go the length of the floor and make the 3. Well, whatever happens, let's just say this, whatever happens, Bonn are a different proposition in the second half of the regular season of the Basketball Champions League. They are a genuine team that's going to be a tough nut to crack. They have genuine chance to make it into the playoffs, and they will be a tough team over 2 legs. They are playing one of the best teams in the Basketball Champions League, and if apart from that crazy end to the third, beginning of the fourth, they've been the better team for large chunks of this game. This will be a game that got away unless they can pull something out the fire right now. Hany Bayram will inbound the basketball. Just about get it in, they foul straight away. It's always an asset to have the man on the sideline not panic. He could have easily panicked there. Well, Brusino is an 80% free throw shooter. But at this stage of a game, it means next to nothing. Because of those 80%, not many of them were taken in these moments. So important that he makes at least this one. So much time for Bonn. He makes the second. And Bonn burned their last time out. They held it and held it and held it. And now looks like a great decision. They now have 5.2 seconds to tie it or get the win. Because of the missed free throw, there's no way that Tenerife can just foul this.
Josh, if they switch, you know, you ready be here. Hello, go this way. Hand off. You understand? Hello, yeah. Listen. You get good screen.
Vamos a presionar. Vamos a presionar. Hay que presionar. El que toque, 3, 4, 5, el que toque, 2, 3, 4, 5, ¿vale? El que toque. Y luego cambio si hay bloque directo. Jugarán para mayo un triple.
Here we go then. 5 point. Let's just check on the time as the clock comes up. .2 seconds to tie it or get the win. Where do they go? Surely Mayo needs the basketball. They go to Bruning. Bruning puts it on the floor, goes strong, he's fouled! Doesn't get the drop. Will have to go to the line with 1.9 seconds to tie it. And he's thinking, I'm winning the game here. Has to step to the free throw line. And my Brilliant is a 50% free throw shooter, and that also means nothing at this moment in time. This to tie the game. He goes 2 for 2. And Tenerife will take the timeout. 1.9 seconds to win it. More than enough time, but what can you say about Bruning? 100% from the free throw line on the night. He literally has shot 50% from the free throw line across this Basketball Champions League season so far. I mean, the great thing for Bruning, he's only shot 6 free throws before tonight. He shot more in one game than he shot in the whole regular season. 48 points off that Tenerife bench. But we said it's about their strength in depth that is their biggest strength. Who gets the shot? Who gets the play? There is no better play caller in European basketball than Zeus Villareta to come up with a sideline play to get a shot. 1.9 to win it and stay top of this group. Which man has been given the responsibility as the primary? Bayran has it out of bounds. They go back, they get it in. We're going to overtime. There's no way the official was calling anything there. And Bonn at home against Iberostar Tenerife. We are going to overtime. There's the stats on the game. Both teams shooting around 50% from the two. 50% and 34 from the three. The number that's going to disappoint Bonn and Tenerife fans is going to be their turnovers. 11-8. Neither team doing badly, but Tenerife's turnovers were what kept Bonn, kept Bonn in this. Points off those turnovers was a crucial number for the German club.
Attack, short, simple game. Here, fight for this ball. Come out. Let's go. Hide it.
Never in doubt for Bruning. Goes 100% on the night, 7 from 7.
Sebas, estate preparado para ayudar en el mano a mano. Venga, estábamos defendiendo.
Well, it's been a night of upsets across the Basketball Champions League. Besiktas losing at home. Dijon winning away, Ostend winning away, and Ike, the defending champions, with a big win in Jerusalem. Well, are we on the verge of another upset? Do Bonn get the win here? Well, 5 minutes to decide. Tenerife and Bathas will have it in the first possession of OT. Bayran in the block. They've been so productive off this play all night. Little mishandle. Ball will stay with Tenerife. There's some emotion down there. Whistle on the play. Abramadis is going to go to the free throw line. You have to play solid in overtime. There's no cheap way, no shortcut. You have to play solid. And Abramadis makes a strong cut. Webb tries to buy the foul. Abramadis on the free throw line to give Tenerife back the lead. Two for two from the line. And Tenerife turn it up a notch defensively and pick up full court. De Leo never ever looks rushed. Mayo comes off two screens. Bruning will reverse the basketball, hit the second side. De Leo on the penetration, goes upstairs. Bruning, what a play! Oh, beautiful timing, great finish by the big man. And we're tied at 84. 17 huge points for Bruning. We have another whistle on the play. And Abramadis is going to walk to the free throw line. And at the moment, Bonn are giving easy points to Tenerife. Slides got caught, not knowing where his man was and looking at the ball. Great finish by Bruning. Great control. There are better athletes. There are bigger big men. But tonight, he has put in a phenomenal shift. The officials checking something. Not quite sure what we're reviewing at the moment. This is one of those moments where I think the use of technology is absolutely correct and very, very, very used very well. But just a little bit of communication to the fans now, because no one knows what they're looking at. So we're still in the same place. I'm not sure if they were checking who the foul was on. Maybe that's what they were checking. Iberostar misses the first. Gets the second to drop. Leo has it. They haven't found a way to get Mayo the basketball. Bruning will reverse it and screen for De Leo. Five on the possession. It's got to go up. Matolo inside, takes the tough one, is blocked. Saez gets a pretty impressive defensive stance there, gets it, cuts it away, makes him shoot it over it, never got it anywhere near away. Saez does a nice job defensively. Baylan. 6 on the possession. Bayran attacks it. He's got to go up, steps back, tough looking three. Oh! Drops the three to give it a 4-point lead for Tenerife. Javi Baylan. When you need him, he always delivers. Mayo backs it out, wants a little space to play. Now has Abramadis, but moves it on. De Leo steps back for three, is fouled. And that's, Ricardo may shake his head, but you just do not foul the three-point shooter in this situation. Bayran steps back, gets outside three, knocks it down. Nothing but string. Lukas Steiger checks back in. Subotic checks in for Bonn. De Leo has that flat-looking free throw that you know is going to be short now and again. Hits the front of the ring on the first. Back to normal. Knocks down the second. Two for three. A 2-point game with just over 3 to go. This one is just, it's middle of the ring time. Toe to toe, blow for blow. What a great one. Bathas turns the corner, Thias dives. Now he gets a look, but it's off the block. Going baseline, spins to the middle. Great defense by Bruning, just stands. Mayo, feet set, fires the three, way short. That's the way the referee should have dealt with it. Little smile. Everyone knows it's a bit frustrating. Explained to him, he towed the line. Everyone sees the emotion and loves it. Bathurst with 2:30 to go. His team lead by 2, and they're in the half court. Iverson's back in the game. Bayland moves it on. Steiger knocks down the 3. The scouting report says do not let him get his feet set. When he's had his feet set tonight, he's gone 2 for 4. DeLeo with the handoff, gets it back to Subotic. Almost turns it over. Somehow Mayo recovers. Mayo on the floor. Inside, kicks it to DeLeo. Can't get the 3 to drop. There's a whistle on the plate. Is that the moment? Is this the moment? Steiger lines it up, knocks it down. They get a stop and a foul. They walk the floor to shoot 2. That'll give them a 7-point advantage, 1:58 to go. But you have seen so often tonight that this game has so many surprises, so many ways to excite the fan. Abramadis just makes the 1 from 2. Still only a 6-point game, a 2-possession game. DeLeo has it. Almost a super pass. Iverson just off the outside of the left foot. There you go. Like a good centre half. DeLeo. Well, decides to take the 3. Ball will stay with Bonn. You know, DeLeo's a 46% free throw shooter in the Basketball Champions League. You can't criticize the decision, just had to make it then. DeLeo finds Mayo. Mayo puts it on the floor in the lane, stops and pops. Can't get his own rebound because Iverson is just immense and he's fouled. Huge rebound by Iverson. And Iverson does what all solid big men does, makes free throws. He's a 90% free throw shooter across the Basketball Champions League. Two for 2 for the big man. Takes Tenerife into an 8-point lead. Now or never for Bonn. They've done it before, and they're going to be able to do it again. Mayo in the lane, kicks it. Attack the closeout. They drop it inside the Bruning. Gets the 2 to drop. 6-point game. Still just over a minute to go. Around Bathurst with 10 on the possession. Bruning fills the double team. Great read. Matolo down the floor. Bruning should and throws it down for 2. 4-point game. Bonn find a way again. 19 personal for Bruning. Bathurst trying to manage out this game. Time and possession for Tenerife. 10 on the possession again. Iverson underneath, gets it up to Abramadis. Inside is fouled, and they're going to call it unsportsmanlike. You're going to get a replay of the breakaway. Well, what they could have done to have him in the lineup tonight. Unsportsmanlike foul called. This will make it a 5 or a 6-point lead, and they'll have possession. Two-possession game. It will be a two-possession game, even if he makes it. And it is 6-point margin. Bruning fouls out with his 5th foul. Super performance by the big man. 21 points. Need a steal. Almost get the steal. Not sure about fouling a 90% free throw shooter. Subotic will sit. Here's the unsportsmanlike foul. Tenerife. Oh, they miss. They need 3 possessions though. Inside, outside turnover. And Mayo, he's coming down the floor thinking I got a chance to shoot it. Decides to kick it, turns it over. And you hate to say it, and you can see the fans in the background starting to leave. But it could be it. I don't think there's enough time now for yet another comeback by Bonn. Two for two from the line. 3-possession game. 20 seconds. DeLeo's got to go quick. Turns the corner in the lane. Stops and pops. Doesn't get it to drop. Inside, outside. Mayo lines up the 3. Kit does not get it to drop. They get another one. Versovic gets the 2. Finally to drop. Too much to do. Not enough time to do it. And Tenerife have answered a lot of questions. McFadden went down injured early. They find a way to stay on track and win here in Bonn, 99-92, to stay top of the group. Another big step towards the playoffs and postseason play in the Basketball Champions League for the 2017 champions. Contributions across the roster, as you would expect from the Canary Island Basketball Club. Case of what may or possibly what should have been for Bonn. Chance to win their 5th Champions League game at home was there within their grasp. Mayo was superb again. But it really was a game that at points of that game, you've got to think that Bonn really had it within their control to get the win. But this Tenerife team know how to, know when to, and as a group they trust each other. They dealt with the McFadden injury and they found a way to win on the road. They start the second half of the regular season with a win. But I think Bonn, when they sit down and analyze where they are, will see they have a real shot at qualification. They need a win on the road, admittedly. Every game is a crucial game for Bonn in this second half of the regular season, but they've shown enough tonight that tells you, even without the presence of Charles Jackson, that they are a team that has the talent to get to the postseason. And on any given night, they're going to be a tough nut to crack. Lucas Steiger back home in Germany, renewing some acquaintances. Super performance by Tenerife. Whatever sparked the 19-1 run around the third quarter, they had to take advantage of it, and they did. Again, they shoot 50 and 54% from the field. 20 assists tells you a lot about them as a group. They won the battle on the glass. They turned it over a fair, more than they would like, but more importantly, Bonn turned those turnovers into points. Mayo with 25 points was tremendous. Sayers with 19, impressive. Bayran all over the stats. Another crucial performance by Javi Bayran in a Tenerife victory. Well, these highlights are going to tell you, in that second half in particular, Bonn had the game. Bonn ate up, came down the floor with 23 seconds to go in the third with the basketball. You know, you're looking at no worse than 8. You're looking at a situation where you would expect to build on that advantage. Well, the early 3 just destroyed that momentum. The early 3 that was a miss, 3 going the other way just broke the momentum, and then a 19-1 run to 1. 19-1 run just set this victory up for Tenerife. But even then, Bonn weren't done. Fought their way back, found a way to get it to overtime. But in overtime, you could argue perhaps too many fouls, too many free throws, too many easy looks from the free throw line for Tenerife, and that was all they needed. You got to applaud the way Tenerife got back in the game during the beginning of the fourth. Built the advantage, applaud the way that Bonn came back, and then Tenerife played like a team that has won the Basketball Champions League in 2017. No shortage of absolute commitment and no shortage of so much talent on show. Mayo was just tremendous. Josh Mayo. "25 points on the night for Mayo. And the other hero for me, Martin Bruning. 19 points for Bruning, an efficiency rating of 22. Perfect from the line, 5 rebounds, he threw in an assist. And just didn't quite have the right decisions at the right time. Huge win for Tenerife on the road. They stay top of the group. They still only have the 1 loss. That was in Greece against Pau. But they are back to winning ways. Tremendous night here in Bonn. The Basketball Champions League is back. We'll see you next week for more action. Join us again next week, or even check out the schedule. Watch the games tomorrow. We'll see you then. But from Bonn, for tonight, it's good night.
viertes Teamfoul.
Good job in deep.
Just in time. Halbzeit. Es soll sein, wir gratulieren. Aber geben wir unserer Mannschaft noch mal ein positives Gefühl.